Well, thank you so much. Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate that FIBA organizes this seminar. Thank you, Betty. I also coach Betty, who is there. You know, she played more. She played more than Sivon. I have to. This is true. This is true. You know, she was very good on hooks. You know, this move like that, fantastic. And also in defense, the thing that was explained before, Betty was outstanding, really doing that. Yes, sometimes. Okay. It's true, Betty, isn't it? Okay, and look, also it was a pleasure to coach Sivon because sometimes players don't play much, but that doesn't mean that they are not important. Everyone is important in the team. And it's our job to make people feel that they are important, not just talking, but showing respect and also giving a role in the team, even if they don't play much. Because we go to the basketball court, basketball game now, and we see players playing there on the court. This is what the spectators see. But what we see has to be more than that. The basketball game is not only what happens there in this particular moment. It's many things that happen before, organization, team building, something happened in a changing room, things like that, you know. And I think this is what is important to create the proper mindset after to go to the court and do the good job. Okay, and then Sivon is a very good example of a player who was always generous, understanding the situation that she had, giving importance to the role that she has. I remember one time that we played in Israel, and then I told her, go to the court, Sivon, and then she was there, here on the chair, just waiting. But then something happened, and I have to tell, sorry, Sivon, you have to say, go back. I always remember that. You remember that one? Oh, you remember. And then another player came to the court instead of her. Okay, anyway. Look, how many of you have a driving license? Driving license? Driving license? You don't have? Driving license. Okay, all right. Driving, car, driving, okay, all right. So you know that it's very important if you drive your car, it's very important that you put petrol. You know that, no? You understand that, okay? You have to put the petrol, okay? And so it means you have to go to the petrol station and put the petrol, and you have to see what kind of petrol your car needs. Because not all the petrol is the good one. It depends on the car you have, okay? And also, it's important to understand that this petrol is not forever. At some point, finish. And then you have to go back. But you have to go back before it finishes. Because if you don't do that, maybe when you have no petrol, you are in the middle of a mountain and you cannot continue. So you have to go to the petrol station before the petrol is finished. Interesting, you see? Okay, this is more or less the same in basketball. The petrol is the motivation that the players need to move the car, to move the team forward. And then you have to understand what kind of motivation you need for every player. Because not all the players are the same. Not all the cars are the same. Not all the players are the same. Some players need different kind of stimuli, other ones, different ones. And then this is our task to understand that although this is a team sport, the team is made by individuals. People, individual people. And each of them have their own thoughts, feelings, ideas, and our job as coaches is to fit the individual interests, the individual ideas, thoughts, feelings within the common interest, the common goal. And this is the most important thing from the psychological point of view is that. So maybe I have a great car, but I put the wrong petrol. The car cannot move. So this is important. And which is the best petrol? The one who fits better with the car. This is important. So we need to understand. And then the idea of, okay, I have these 12 players. Sometimes you don't like these players, some of these players. I mean, maybe you would like, I would like to have this, no, maybe another one, just maybe, okay, I would like to have Betty in the team. but Betty's not in my team. So this is important. Who you prefer in your team? Who you prefer? You prefer this big star all the time, MVP, blah, 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 or you prefer someone who is in the team? It doesn't matter. Your player is the one who is in the team. The one who is not in the team is not your player. Maybe you want to have another car, but you have the car you have. And your job is to make this car, okay, run. Your job is to help the player to grow and to be a better player. But it's not, okay, sometimes we complain, no, we don't have people motivated, people are not motivated, what happened? What do you do for that? Of course, you cannot control everything, but you have to go to the petrol station. You have to do something. And then this is, the first step is to respect everybody, and also to listen. This is key factor, to listen what the players have to say. Otherwise, it's very difficult to understand what you have to do. And I tell you something, most mistakes that we do, coaches do, are because we don't understand this. We have our own idea about what to do, and then, and that's it. And this is kind of mistake that we have made many times. And then after that, my God, then I learned something because I was talking to this player. It's very interesting that I remember one course of coaches, I was explaining this kind of thing, and then there was a follow-up a few months later, and they say, what do you apply about what we did in this seminar? And now I listen more. My God, it was like discovering the wheel. You know what I mean? And listening more. And listening more. My God, yes, you discovered the wheel. No, you discovered something very important. It is true that the wheel was there, but now you discover that. This is great discovery, the great discovery. I have to listen. I have to listen to the coaches. If I see back my career as a coach, I say, if I would have listened more, probably I would have done much better. So this is important. And then when you listen, it's very important to have open mind. Okay, after that, of course, you have to fit the ideas that you have, what the players say. It's important to see that. It's important to have open mind, to understand, to try to include ideas that you get. Maybe you get ideas interesting, something you didn't think about. Of course, it's very important to establish in the team the situations where you have to listen, other situations where you have to say, okay, let's go this way. You cannot listen in timeout. 50 seconds listening, at the end, okay, you were a great listener, but maybe you lose the game because you didn't put the proper play on the court, no? But they say, oh no, great listener, yes, but you lose all games because you never say what to do, you know? And the player say, okay, my God, you are here to say something because you are here. Okay, you listen, but say something sometimes. So it's very important to have this balance between listening and saying, this style of leadership where on one hand you listen and you empower players. This is another important thing. I mean, it's important that players have room to grow. You cannot control everything. And this is something that also you discover with time, and also the studies of psychology also tell us that this is important. It's not just do things. It's not just, okay, I come to the team because they pay me, because I'm professional, or because I am in the team, okay, I do it. But this is not enough. Top sport is sometimes a small difference between winning and losing the game. And then we need to be, okay, there and more or less do the job. Some players say, well, I am professional. And sometimes they confuse that. It looks like because you are professional, okay, you tell me go there, I go there. You go there, I go there. No, well, okay, I do it. Okay, now pick. Okay, now what to do? What to do? What are you doing? No, my God, what do you think you have to do? We want people to be involved in the project. This is the key. It's not enough to be part of the team. You have to be involved of the project. You have to feel that you are part of the team. You are part of the project. And to do that, you have to put also your ideas on there. So this is very threatening for coaches because we may think that we lose control. We lose control of the situation. And sometimes that makes us to be anxious about, oh my God, I'm losing control. Well, but it's not important the control that you have. What is important is the performance of the team. And for that, you need to empower the players. You need to transmit the responsibility of the players to make decisions about the way they play, how they solve the situation. Because that happens sometimes that, okay, it's 14 seconds to go, 1 point down, you have the ball, you cannot ask for timeout, the players on the court, they have to decide. They look to the bench, let's see what do we do, no, nada. We lose the game, we didn't even shoot the ball because we were so concerned about what the coach tells me that, no, you are there, you have the ball, you have to make the decision. And of course, this is a process, educational process. We need to develop this kind of thing. I mean, saying that we develop skills like the ones that we were watching in the lecture before, about technique, about, okay, shooting technique, whatever, this is also part of the development of a player. And in this level that we are here, World Championship, in this age group, I think this is key. Because look, talking about this age group, many of these players who are playing here will not play at a senior level, at high senior level, for sure. Well, in a way it's normal because the pyramid, okay, is narrow, every time narrow, and not everybody can play now, okay? Not all the players who play, let's say, for any team here can go to the senior team in the future. This is normal. But this is a problem that we not only have in basketball, we have in many sports. The player who succeeds in age groups, under 19, under 17, under 18, under 20, after that, she has to jump to another level. And this jump is one of the most difficult moments for the career of an athlete. It doesn't matter the sport. Okay, we have the very top ones. Okay, they, with 18-year-old, she was MVP player, whatever, professional, she played for whatever. But okay, we have few of them. But how many players we lose in the process? How many players we lose in the process? This player, my God, she was one of the best in under 18, in under 20. But now, what happened now? And of course, as I said, it is not realistic that all of them are going to reach highest level in senior. But at least we have to do as much as we can to move as many players as possible. And what happened there? What happened there? What happened with the petrol there? Because motivation comes on one hand for the interest. I mean, okay, I see something there, and I think it's good that, for example, FIBA organizes this kind of competitions because it's a great opportunity for young girls to see, okay, I want to play the World Cup for under 19, under 17, I want to go to Eurobasket, I want to go to Olympic Games. I mean, all the women basketball is there. I am a girl, and I see that these role models are very important, motivation is high. Now I am in the under 19 competition, very good, okay. But this, oh, sorry about that. That's best. You see, this is important to understand where you are all the time, because sometimes you think you are leading the team very well, and then this happens, and then the team does like that, you know? You think, no, my team is great, and then you don't realize that there was a risk there, you know? Okay, so it's better than go to a more conservative position. All right. This source of motivation, which is the modeling, the ambition that we creating opportunities, you know, to see top-level basketball. This is a very important source. This is why it's important to promote elite basketball, to bring many players to the game with ambition. But this source of motivation is nothing if we don't put together another one, which is the source of self-confidence, feeling competent. Because if you don't feel competent, you lose the motivation. Okay, so I want to see, like, I want to be like these players, I want to be playing World Cup, Olympic Games, whatever, I want to be there. Okay, but then if I see that I cannot improve enough, pues, this motivation moves down. It's normal. Maybe if you want to play guitar, and then, oh, guitar, you go to the guitar, you are not able to do anything, then you lose the interest for the guitar. Happens the same. And this looks, before continuing with these age groups, this is very important even earlier. Even earlier. For example, we insist on the idea that it's very important when we work with young girls, younger than this, young girls, it's very important that they enjoy in practice. It's good. I mean, it's important, okay, I enjoy in practice, then I want to come back next day. This is important, okay? But it's not enough. They need to learn. They need to learn to play basketball. Because if they don't learn, they will not feel competent. And then at the end, they will withdraw, you know? Because, so this is. And in each level, to improve the level of competence is very important. So maybe we have players here in this competition who, what they know to do, they have enough to play at this level. This is a high level, but okay, what happened the next step? Maybe they don't have the ability to go there. Maybe they need to keep improving technique or improving physical condition or improving that. But what is most important, in my opinion, is to improve the psychological aspect. Because maybe of them go from one situation where they play a lot, they are always on the court, even if they make mistakes, nothing happens, they continue, okay? Because the idea is that the best have to play more. And then, okay, they play, now, say in age group, But now, after that, the world there outside the age group is more difficult. Now, you have to adapt to different situations. Maybe you have to go to a team where there are veteran players who play more than you, and then you have to be able to be there, to go to the court 2 minutes, and then come back to the bench. And this is something that maybe you didn't do before. Your expectations are different. Your understanding of the game is different. Because there are some wrong ideas sometimes that we have to fight. For example, I had this conversation not very long ago with a player, but this is something normal. Coach, I go to the court, I do a good job, and I go back to the bench. But this is wrong belief about the situation. Because you assume that because you do a good job, you are going to play more minutes. Not necessarily in the senior level. Not necessarily. Because maybe the coach has different idea about your role in the team, maybe the situation changes, maybe you trust another player. It doesn't mean you don't trust her, but maybe you trust another player in the present situation. And then there is no relationship. No, I practice very well, and I don't get time on the court. This can happen in professional level. This is the reality of senior basketball. And if you want to play at high level, you have to accept what are the rules in that level. If you don't accept the rules, you cannot play. You are fighting against yourself all the time with a wrong weapon because you are thinking something that is not real. So you have to understand sometimes role, like, for example, Simon mentioned before. Maybe you don't play much. Does it mean that they don't trust you? No, it's just that you are in a different role. But of course, then we need to talk more to the players who don't play. For example, many times, if I play, one decision for a coach every week, every training session is, okay, we are going to do 3 against 3, for example, drill, or 5 against 5, let's say 5 against 5 drill, for example. What is the next decision for a coach? Do I put the 5 players who will play more time together in the game together in the practice, and then the others on the other team? Or I mix the players so they are, okay, mix players who play more, players who play less in both teams? This is the question that the coach has to make every time, every day. Because this decision has big psychological impact. Big psychological impact. Of course, you need to have the balance, because sometimes you need to put the players who are going to play more time together, because they need to practice together, because they will play together. This is normal. But other times you need to do the mix, because we don't want people just, we say in Great Britain, the blue team against the white team. We don't want people in the white team all the time, let's say the ones who don't play all the time. Because it's important to give these players also the chance to play with the others. Also because sometimes they have to go to the court with these other players. But sometimes you could have even two players that are always in the white team. It's possible. But I always say, look, to be in the white team is an honor. It's an honor because you are part of the team. What is really bad is not to be in the white team, neither in the blue team, neither here. You are not part of the team. So if you are not part of the team, you want to be in the white team, yes or no? This is the situation. But it's important to give value to that. And sometimes what I do, this is, sometimes when I put the blue team and the white team, what I do, I go with the white team. I go with the white team. My assistant coaches the blue team, I coach the white team. Why not? Because this gives value to the white team. If the head coach is with us, this is because we are important. And also, the other reason is that you need the white team doing a good job. Because if the white team is like that, the training session is nothing. What is the quality of the training session if the white team does nothing? We need a white team fighting a lot, putting difficult to the other team, even beating the other team in shooting contests or whatever we do, you know. We need a white team highly motivated to do good practice, because if you do a good practice, this is good for the whole team, because the blue team and the white team are the same team. So, but this is important, but you have to give value to people in the white team. And I think it's very important. I don't like to highlight individual efforts too much in public, but I also do with people in the white team. Because I think it's all my respect. And it has to be something sincere for the coach to do that. If you don't appreciate your white team will not appreciate themselves. And then the quality of the practice will be poor. And also the dynamic of the group will be poor. So for this young player who moves to the senior level, which is the situation of most players who are here in this competition today, this week, it is important to understand that the white team is the step to go maybe sometimes to the blue team, or to stay in top basketball in that level and be able to keep playing basketball. But you have to give value to that. It's not only what I said, also, of course, you have to give role to these people, and also it's important to help the young players to keep growing. So it's important to understand that. Okay, maybe the 32-year-old player in the team doesn't need to practice many times individual skills or something. She needs to use more her strengths. This is it. But with a player of 20, 21, you need to keep adding strength to that player so the player can grow. Because otherwise, it could happen the other problem that I want to mention. The other problem is that can happen in one team, and especially with young players, this is really terrible, is when people feel too much comfortable. They are in the comfort zone and they are happy about that. It's important to have people happy in the team, but always it's important to have extra ambition, desire to improve, okay? Not, okay, I am player number 10, I am happy about this, that's it, okay. Maybe when the competition comes, like for example, championship, what is important is to understand your role and that's it. But at some point, we want players with ambition. We want players who are not happy to be in the comfort zone, okay? I am in the, okay, because I am young, I go to professional team, I am young, I know I will not play at all, I come here to practice, they pay me, I go to I am very good clapping, and that's it, and then I'm happy. And the coach doesn't ask me anything because I don't play. So I'm happy to do that. This kind of players will not improve at all. They will never go to the blue team. It's very difficult. So it's important always to create some incentives, some goals, some dream, something that makes people, okay, we are happy, but we want more. We want more, okay? We want people hungry, not angry, hungry, okay? We want people hungry. I want to get that something else. So we need, always the coach has to put goals to achieve, okay? Not pressuring people a lot, but okay, giving people room to achieve these goals, realistic goals. This is very important. And here we find the difference between some kind of petrol and another kind of petrol, no? That I said before, no? Different ways of approaching. Some players, and this is something important to understand, some players need to have very high goal, clear, ambitious goal, clear. Of course, they need to feel that they are competent to achieve that. Otherwise, as I said before, it's not good. But okay, they need to have. Other players need to go step by step, slowly. And it's not better one approach or the other. Both are good. It depends on the petrol. Which is the best petrol? The one who fits better with the car that you have. The car here is the personality of the player in this case, okay? And then both ways are good. Some people, for example, say, okay, I like to play in Olympic Games. This is my goal, to be international player, whatever. I have this clear, I go there, let's go, okay? Other players say, okay, I would like to be a good player, but maybe they'll say, or they do say, let's go step by step, no? First step is this, then let's see, go, okay. In both cases, a step-by-step approach is good, even if you have a drill. Because sometimes players, for example, I like to do a drill where, what do you think you can do in this championship? What do you think you can do? How can you help the team? And then when people tell you about their expectations, sometimes you find players who really, they tell you things that you say, my God, this is nice to hear, but this is like a suicide because it's not possible. You know what I mean? So sometimes you find players, you like this kind of player. I can do it, coach. Of course we can do it. We are winners and all that. Yes, but this is like the guy who goes with the car 200 miles per hour and euphoric, but you say, my God, in one of these curves, I mean, this guy will die, you know? This is it, you know? Great. No. After that, this player goes to the free throw line and scores 2 times out of 8. Oh my God. No problem, coach. No problem, coach. I can do it. Yes. So we have to understand this. Enthusiasm is good. Passion is good. But we have to help the players. See that I use always the word help the player. Help the player. Because we are not the players. We are not the players. The players are individual people, and we have to help the players. This is our job, to help the players to grow. So we have to help the player who has these high expectations that emotionally we like, oh my God, oh, great, yeah, we can, yeah, coach. Yeah. I used to have a player, even before Betty was born, because I am very old, and then, I don't say the name, we were telling her, do that, and she was saying, never do it. No problem, yes. Shoot, shut to the bench. Remember, do that? No, coach, no problem. Go there, never do it. You know, and probably this only happened to me, maybe. I'm sure you didn't have this kind of experience, never. Okay, all right. So sometimes we like the player who is enthusiastic. Yes, but the question is, how realistic is this? Of course, we need to help the player to achieve goals that are important for her, but it's important the realistic. Say, okay, so it's not that, oh my God, what do you say? No, okay, this is your goal. Okay, let's see what is the way. What is the way to achieve that goal? And then we go to step by step. And with the other kind of player, sometimes it's very threatening to talk about big goals. It's very threatening because the player needs the confidence, needs to feel confident, competent to achieve the goal. So sometimes we make mistakes when we try to motivate players telling, hey, you, oh my God, you are a great player, you can do whatever, you can kill this other player, if you have the attitude, you can do it, blah, 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 blah. And then we think we are creating a positive atmosphere because our message is positive, we think the impact is positive, but this is a big mistake, because maybe the message is positive, but the impact is not positive. And this is another important secret that I will include in the package of the free tickets and the other one, is that it's not important what you do or what you say. It's important the impact that has what you do or what you say. This is what is important. And sometimes less is more. Interesting. This is another discovery of the wheel, no? Less sometimes is more. For example, over training is bad. For example, over instructions are bad. Too many talks, too many times talking about the same. Too many, the coach being, okay, do that. Okay, let's put another play. No, baseline, we need another one. Sometimes when I finish, and this is something that has happened to me since I began to coach, finish one period, and I say, my God, we had 5 offenses, for example. How many times we did these offenses? Good. I mean, this is what is important. I mean, sometimes it's better to have 1 and do it good than have 5 and do it more or less. Nothing. People confused, people don't know where to go, something happened, because we have to understand the impact. Sometimes people are not ready to assimilate too much information, especially when we are close to the games or during the game. It's difficult. We have to understand that the attentional capacity is less when we are under stressful situations, when we are under the pressure of the games. And then it's important, less is more. Less is more. This is less is more. I say, less is more, coach, less is more. I go to the mirror and say, Chema, less is more. Chema, less is more. You know? And then I come back and I say, my God, I don't know what to do. Go to the mirror, back. Less is more. I don't know what to do. Mirror, less is more. Then you come back, and then maybe you are lucky and you succeed because you understand this thing, okay? So, less is more. Also, as I said, for motivating players. And look, when we want to motivate player who has mistake, which is happening, for example, in this age group, when they go to senior level, what we said before, it's normal that the pressure is there. I want to show something. I was the best player in the under-19. Now I go to the senior team. I want to show something there, and then I make mistakes because I am against better players, better teammates, whatever. Then, my God, I make a mistake. This is terrible. It's terrible because I lost free throw. I lost 1 free throw, and this is the end of the world. No, this is part of the process. But the coach has to understand that. And then the player comes from a bad game where she played, let's say she played 6 minutes and she lost the ball 2 times, and then she only scored 1 free throw out of 4, and then make mistake in defense, and then she feels horrible and goes to the bench back. Normal, she goes to the bench back because we want to win the game, we cannot keep her there. So, okay, let's switch, for example. I'm not saying I do it, but it could be, or for whatever the reason, goes to the bench. Maybe the coach understands what happened. It's normal. Because you expect that this player is nervous. She thinks she has to do the game of your life because she's now in the senior team, first time in Eurobasket or the World Cup. And then she made many mistakes. She goes to the bench. Feels horrible. Okay, then. Okay. Let's talk. Okay, Radmila. Oh, sorry about the name, but because I see you, I like your name a lot. You know, I couldn't coach you. That was one of the main problems I have in my career, that I never had the opportunity to coach you, Radmila. But I saw you playing, and she was a great player, Radmila. Great player. Okay. Radmila, I use your name. It's not you, okay? It's just your name. Borrow your name. No, it's not your case, okay? Okay. Okay, Radmila, you are a great player, Radmila. You remember in the under 19, you did a great job in Madrid, great competition, Radmila, fantastic. You only need confidence. You need confidence. Where is the confidence? My God, where is the pill for confidence? This Radmila is here. Say, oh my God. No, you read, I trust you, you can do it, of course. Just play every time. No. Like that every time, because you think you are motivating her, and what you are doing is just the opposite. Because now, my God, the coach is trusting me a lot, and I'm not able to score a free throw. I'm terrible. We have to be careful with that, because for some players, this kind of approach can be really a bad approach. So we need to. Sometimes we don't need to talk. When you say, okay, Radmila, let's go in practice. We talk in practice tomorrow about things to improve. That's it. Enough. Feeling competent. What happened? You are denying in defense, and then the other player made 2 times backdoor. Let's practice that. Let's improve that skill, for example. And then Radmila will see that she can improve, she can do things, she will feel more competent, then, okay. And then next time when she goes to the court, let's see if, okay. So I don't know what time I finished, 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock finish this? 2 o'clock Great Britain time, no? Singapore time, 6 minutes? Okay, 6 minutes or 5 minutes? It's not the same. In 1 minute you can lose or win the game. 5 minutes. Okay, enough. Thank you, Siobhan. Thank you so much. She moves me to the bench. You see, now she's remembering. Okay, so how important is to work on the expectations of the players? This is important. What do they expect? As I said before, sometimes the expectations are not realistic. So it's important for the coach to help the player to understand what is the normal way, the good way to improve, to go there. Also to propose challenging goals for the player, for her not to be just too much comfortable. This is important. And of course it's important because this is a team sport, to fit that within the team mentality. This is important, okay? Now, the good thing of basketball, it happens in other sports, but in our sport, a good thing is that there are many games. I mean, some sports, maybe the athlete, let's say in diving, for example, maybe they go to 3 competitions in the season or no more or something like that, gymnastics. But here we have games every week. In competitions like this, there are games every day. Okay, so there are many opportunities to improve. And then the experience of the game has to be used to grow. This is very important. Either when things go good, when things go bad. Okay, when we win, we are happy. When we lose, we are sad, normal. Because if we lose by whatever the distance is, and we are happy, my God, something is wrong. But it's important to understand one thing is the emotion, which is there, and it's important because part of basketball is the emotion. If we wouldn't have emotion, we wouldn't love this sport. We love basketball because there is plenty of emotion there. Okay, but okay, one thing is the emotion, other thing is the objective analysis of what happened. And then it's important, when we win, some things we did good, it's important to emphasize things we did good and we can do again. This is very important factor. And when we lose, it's important to highlight also, also things that were not so good, even when we win. And I tell you something, even when we win, okay, the attitude is more to see, okay, let's see everything is okay. No, but this is moment also to understand, look, okay, we did that, it was okay, we won. We can repeat this, but also, look, we had these mistakes, we have to improve. And when we lose also, this is important. Because the team grows with its own experience, and the player grows with her own experience. This is the most important thing. Okay, also, we grow observing other people, and this is also important. The coach has to look all the time for role models to show. for things that happen. Okay? In the case of Radmila, okay, Radmila, remember that player, whoever was the papa, look what happened. She plays 6 minutes, she plays nothing. So, and I finish my last minute. I think it's important to understand that the players are not robots. They are human beings. They have their own thoughts, their feelings, their ideas, and we are here to help the players to grow, to develop their potential, considering the situations in which they have. And we can help every player to have a good experience in basketball, helping them to grow, to get better potential. Because as I said, okay, maybe I was in the national team, in the white team, I didn't play much, what Simone said at the beginning, but I'm happy because I had great experience. Maybe another player doesn't reach the national team because she doesn't have the level. Okay, but at least she enjoyed playing basketball because she was even better player every time, better player, and then she was able to play for her club, play for her country, in the domestic league, in secondary competitions maybe, but there is no secondary competition. No, nothing is small if you, with your attitude, make it big. And this is important. Nothing is small. There is no small project if you make, with your attitude, big. So at the end, if you, I follow, for example, one player, I don't say the name, I follow one player in Great Britain that I'm always thinking, okay, maybe I could do something for this player, but I never see her in the national team. I never see the spot for her, so I never call her. But I can follow her through Twitter, and I see the enthusiasm that she has playing basketball, enjoying in the second league, whatever, and I say, my God, this is basketball, this is great. For sure this lady had a great coach who was motivating her, putting petrol all the time, and then she's now in the second league, but she enjoys so much. She's bringing the passion of basketball, the passion that she has, and transmitting this passion to many people around. And this is fantastic success for that coach who we don't know who is that. Sometimes coaches, we don't know the names, but it's not important. It's not important. What is important, someone for sure was there helping this person, and now this person is helping other people. Thank you so much. My pleasure. Thank you.